are?
We are good to go.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Anthony, and over here
Is Juan.
Juan. And this is what's happening this week in Myrtle Beach Games.
We have Arkham Horror, the card game, the Scarlet Keys Investigator expansion.
Okay. Most of the stuff this week is going to be like restocks. That's just one that we had run out of. So, yeah, if you came in looking for the Scarlet Keys, I know there's one of you out there. If we got it in, come get it.
Sherlock Holmes, the Bureau of Investigation.
Is that a Sherlock Holmes game?
Yeah, I just noticed that for the first time last night.
Well, I think it's based on the Sherlock Holmes engine.
Yeah, it's got the Sherlock Holmes like logo on it.
Right, but I actually think it's a Cthulhu.
It's like the U.S. anyway, Bureau of Investigation, and Sherlock Holmes was not for the United States.
Yeah. I think it's just the Sherlock Holmes engine. Mm-hmm. So it plays just like those Sherlock Holmes games, you know, the Thames Murder, Jack the Ripper,
right,
Carlton House. But it's got, I don't know how it handles insanity. I'm sure that's part of the whole thing. Like, you can become insane and your clues become more obscure. But I don't know. I haven't played it. But it's based on the same engine, and it's in the Cthulhu world. So you're not investigating murders per se. You're investigating cultists. Mm-hmm. So kind of cool. Azul. So this is actually base Azul, which we haven't been able to get for like 6 months. So it's finally back in stock, and we got it in. I'm pretty excited because people have come in. We have like 20 Azuls. Everybody still likes the base, you know.
Speaking of things a lot of people like, Carcassonne, the big box.
Yep. That was something that again we weren't able to get. Like, I thought, because, you know, it's the 2022 version, which is the last version of the big box. That was it. They'd done the big boxes. They're gone. So sometimes big boxes disappear. That's why I always recommend getting the big box, even if you have the base game, because in the Carcassonne one, there's 11 expansions in it.
There's a lot.
So even if you buy the big box and you already had the base game, the big box is still cheaper than buying all 11 of those expansions. Come get Carcassonne the big box, especially if you don't have base Carcassonne.
It's like buying like Game of the Year edition.
Right,
If you have the option and you don't have the game already,
yep,
just get Game of the Year edition.
Yep.
And next up we have Noggin.
Yeah, I've never played this. You know, it's a family game. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It might be like a trivia type game, or I don't even know. But apparently people like it, because we went through like 6 of them this summer alone.
Card game to melt your brains.
To melt your brain.
Not exactly sure what that means.
I don't know. Maybe there's like hits of acid on each page.
Which case the game just got a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Your Friend is Sad.
I'm not even sure if this game is good, but the name is so great. You know, customers come in and they're looking at games, and they want like a small game that's quick and easy to play. We always gravitate to this. This is one of the games we gravitate to, not because we know the game's good, just because the name and the premise is so funny. And nobody's come back and complained, so I'm assuming it's a good game.
Something you should not tell your friend if he's sad, you lying sack.
Yeah. I mean, so this is by Tell, right? No, Penn. Right, Penn? No, it's Penn.
Penn, yeah, well, I almost said William Penn. I'm like, that's the guy from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't. It's so early in the morning. I just, you know, I'm blanking on it, but it's Penn Jillette. There you go. This game is designed by Penn Jillette and put out by I want to say Exploding Kittens.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It has to be Exploding Kittens because it's from Asmodee.
It's from Exploding Kittens.
Yep. So Exploding Kittens makes it, which means it's already good, and then Penn Jillette designed it. Yeah. Which just makes it better. So you've got crabs. Or do you? Because you're a lion sack.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure who makes You Got Crabs, but
it's also Exploding Kittens.
Also Exploding Kittens. So again, it's got to be good. Next time I order this, I gotta order the giant foam crab arm. I don't know. It's another one where the name of the game sells it. So You Lying Sack, Your Friend is Sad, and You've Got Crabs. They fly off the shelves.
We also have from Exploding Kittens, Throw Avocado.
Oh, they make those games too?
Yep.
Okay, well, if you're tired of throwing burritos around your house, now you can do avocados. I would say equally as messy. Yeah, a burrito explodes. I guess a burrito would be a little bit more messy than an avocado. But avocados are greasy.
I think it was made for the millennials, for the, like avocado toast or whatever the crap.
Yeah. The avocados look happier than the burritos.
They do.
They do. Zombie Kittens. This one's good. I've watched this played, and I'm an Exploding Kittens fan to begin with, but Zombie Kittens is better, believe it or not.
So what's the extra mechanic? Like,
It's zombies.
like does something like come out of the discard pile?
To tell you the truth, yeah, I believe that's what happens. I think that's what was going on. I was watching them play. It's the same. I've watched them play Exploding Kittens before. Maybe they're just used to playing Exploding Kittens and they were kind of like just going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
But with Zombie Kittens, they were like just having a better time.
Mm.
And so I went over there and I sat down and watched them for a little while, and the cards are just funny as hell. I don't want to give too much away, but the cards are just funny.
That was the best part about Exploding Kittens.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. So maybe that's why when I watch them play Exploding Kittens, it's not laughing as much and not having as good of a time because they've heard the jokes.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Munchkin. Munchkin's one of those games where the first couple times you play it, it's hilarious, especially if you've played D&D or you're into fantasy. But then after a while, it's the same joke over and over again. Yeah, and then it just becomes a strategy game. Maybe that's what it was. But those cards were definitely funny. It is definitely worth grabbing them and playing it because you'll get a kick out of it at least the first 4 or 5 times you play it, and then after that, maybe the jokes wear off on you. But again,
even in that case, you can just get the Not Safe for Work edition and becomes just a little bit funnier after that.
Yep, exactly.
Poetry for Neanderthals, Not Safe for Work edition.
This is another. Exploding Kittens is like taking over the world. Them and Unstable Games. Those are the two big ones. This is actually one of Josh's favorite games. I'm not sure why. I've never played it, but he loves it.
Tainted Grail and then Echoes of the Past.
Okay, so the base game and then one of the expansions.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just restocks. We ran out of Tainted, the base game, which I'm pretty happy about. The minis in this game, so gorgeous, and the gameplay, if you're into the story-based games and stuff like that, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. The Witcher.
The Witcher Old World and then the Mage expansion.
So I have never played a Witcher game. The only thing I know about Witcher is the TV show, and that last season, was so bad. So but I hear good things about that season being bad. That the reason why it's bad is because they didn't follow the books or the games. So maybe I'll pick up one of the games. So we got some restocks of The Witcher. I've played this game twice. Now I'm going to tell you a few things about this game. The game is the best parts of a whole bunch of different style games. So it's the best parts of a deck builder. It's the best parts of dungeon crawl. Well, maybe not the best parts, but it's got a little bit of a dungeon crawl in there. It's the best parts of a Euro without being too Euro. And then the combat system is, I forget what game it's reminiscent of, but it's super cool. The combat system is based on building combos in your hand. Your deck is your life, and as your deck building, you get more health points, that type of thing, and you get better skills and stuff like that. The bad part is they say this game is for up to 5 players, and it is not. I mean, you can play up to 5 players. At 4 and 5, there's so much downtime in between your turns that you get bored. But 3 players works really well. The person to your right plays your adversary. Okay, so if there's a monster that you're fighting, or you're gambling in town, the person to your right plays that person. So they're involved with your turn. So there's only one person sitting idle at any given time. And it rotates around. 3 people, excellent. 2 people, probably even better. You're just going back and forth. And really, it's just a race to see who gets 4 trophies first. And you get trophies by killing monsters. Or you get trophies by leveling all the way up and meditating once you're at full strength. Once you meditate, you'll get a trophy. So we've tried it twice with 4 people, and we only get a few turns in. And we're like, I'm getting up and going outside to get some nicotine, and another player's playing chess in between turns. I'm like, all right, this isn't working. But 3 people will probably be a blast. So the third time you're hearing about Commander Masters, but we've got the set boosters, we got collector boosters, we got draft boosters, we have
the 4 commanders.
Well, right now we have 3 of the 4, but we are getting all 4 again this upcoming Friday. So when you see this, we'll have all 4 at least for a brief moment. Obsidian Flame is releasing on Monday, which means after you see this. So we're getting the ETBs, the booster boxes, the check lane boost. Well, the check. Okay, I'll hold off on the check lane boosters. I'll go back to that. We're getting the regular sleeved boosters. We're getting the 3 black blisters, and we're getting the booster bundles. The check lane blisters, we're not getting those until the end of the week because for some reason the Pokemon Company thinks that those can't be sold to board game stores early, like the other stuff. This set is not that good, but it's got a Charizard in it. The one, and it's got kind of this crystalline stained glass look to them. I think the one with his wings up, straight up in the air, and I mean, that one's just beautiful. The full art one. There's the gold one that everybody's like saying looks crappy. You know, maybe it's because I'm colorblind, but I think it looks good. The ETBs have this promo Charizard, not Charizard, Charmander in it. It's super cool looking. So what else we got, Juan?
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, then I'm Anthony,
and I'm Juan,
and we're out of here.